we probably haven't covered this much as much as we should have done in the last 2 or 3 weeks, but it focuses back on green issues, people coming together, being empowered in order to help create a much more environmentally friendly environments, both in the east of the council with Bournemouth, Christchurch and Poole, and Dorset Council, which we say covers the rest of Dorset. And we're focusing, just a limited amount of time, but just focusing upon a couple of articles that have come up on Dorset Eye in the last week, few days. Again, one on the east side of the county, and one on the south side, west side, north side, however you want to look at it. And you've got the empowerment part comes from the invitation from Weymouth Council to the public of the borough to have their say on open spaces, and there's an incentive to be entered into a prize draw. Incentives are there for various reasons, and we don't need to go into all of that, but it'd be great if people can go onto this article, click on the link, and actually just play a part in being positive. How can we make things better? I mean, if you're full of negativity, please, my advice is just stay away to people. If you really want to play an empowered, constructive part in making your community better now and in the future, then please get involved, because it's just it's a great project, and say you might even win a prize for doing so, which is terrific. And we also have Christchurch and Poole, who are trying to get us to get involved, but there's also, here we go, Christchurch Bay and Harbour from future flood erosion. So it's not here, the council stepping forward and saying, this is what we're going to do dogmatically, like it or lump it. They want people who lived in the area. They want people with knowledge, maybe geoengineering or whatever, but they want people to come forward and say, hey, have you thought about this? Or this is how it's going to impact on me. Is there a way in which maybe we can modify it, negotiate it a little bit, so that actually it doesn't impact on myself or my neighbours or my community quite the same way. And going forward, it'll be something we can all buy into. So I think we're not focusing here directly on, green issues, voting for the Green Party, whatever. We're focusing upon empowerment. How can we be involved, and how can we participate in something that hopefully in the short, medium and long term makes us all better off?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, great to see these initiatives, green initiatives, and transforming cities thing at Kings Park in the east of the county, and the consultation on parks and open spaces in Weymouth area. But as you say, we often focus on the green issues. We just wanted to emphasise that point, that a lot of this now, it's about empowerment of local people, and that's a big part of this theme of Build Back Better, which everyone from politicians to all sorts of campaigners have grabbed that little message and used it. Well, actually, it was something, the Build Back Better theme was something that was a kind of grassroots movement used that terminology during the pandemic, and then politicians have usurped it, I would say, and often when they say Build Back Better, they actually mean build back how it was, because we were advantaged by that system.
Yes.
But yeah, the true Build Back Better is actually grassroots, community-led, bottom-up approaches, finding solutions to issues faced by people, by families, by communities, in a bottom-up way, where people are engaged, people are empowered, and find their own solutions. And so, yeah, you know, that's a good way to build back better, is to have a bottom-up approach, empowering local people to make their communities better places for themselves, their families, their neighbours, and simply taking part in consultations about things like parks and open spaces, for example. It's just a way to have your voice. And the more we start to adopt those approaches, where we say, what do local people think? Let's go with that. How can we support local people to make decisions, to be proactive, to do things for themselves, to improve their community? And how can we invest in people locally to do those things? The better. That's how we build back better. Yeah,
exactly. And so say all of us, and that's a perfect place to finish. If you're going to build back better, not just a soundbite. Brilliant, Tom. Another wonderful week over. Thank you so much.